Well, I think I know what jingle I'm going to be humming for the foreseeable future. All is not as it seems. Nothing about this show was as it seems. Let's spoil it a little bit. Hey guys, Brent here back for Geek Variants here for episode 5, the finale of part 1 of The Witcher. We are officially now, after watching this episode, 3 episodes away from saying goodbye to Henry Cavill as our Witcher. Be sure to hit that lovely red subscribe button if you enjoyed any of the content we provide for you today. It's in the description below. But look, this show is masterfully written. I have to give hats off. All 5 episodes were amazing. The last 2 stand head and shoulders above the other 3, and the other 3 could be probably listed as good to okay at worst. And I'm here who's someone who's very simplistic. I like monster fights. There was none of that this episode. It was all about plotting, scheming, and showing you the same shot from different perspectives with more elongated shots so you get the full complexity of the story and showing that everyone has been moving pieces that even we as the viewers had no idea was even happening. Because the fact that Stregobor got taken off the board that early, it seemed a little too convenient. And the fact he's willing to just kind of go along with it for the sake of going along with it seemed more than coincidental. You would assume that there was larger pieces at play, and if it was someone like him had been scheming like this up to this nth degree to ensure his grand plan was going to come to fruition, he wouldn't go quietly. He would cause a scene, he would cause havoc, he would cause riot. And I'm sure he was probably part of a lot of the pieces that were in place. But he looks a lot like a pawn to me. He looks like someone who has been placed perfectly in a situation where you can assess all the facts, the blame, the personal biases, and the issues that other people have had and struggled with throughout this series and pinpoint it on one individual. He was one of our main villains throughout season 1. He was an annoyance in season 2. Now that we're in season 3, maybe finally removing him kind of gives you that grandiose effect that you have taken out a key villain, like when they've taken out Ramsay Bolton or Joffrey or Littlefinger in Game of Thrones. It's someone that you can finally say is gone, out, finished, done, and you can move on to bigger and more evil things because that's the natural evolution and progression of shows. This show has been playing chess with us all night. And right now, they have us in check because no one would have expected that Djikstra at the very end of this would be the one pulling all the shots, calling all the cards, and that the person closest to the absolute head of the top of this order that we have is the one who could be ultimately calling the shots. But we're still 3 episodes away from any type of finale, and ultimately that's 4 weeks of just agonizing torture that we have to wait because they set up their cliffhanger so masterfully. And I got to give mad props to them. They did a fantastic job. Everything felt like as it should, but tons of jilted lovers. It looked like Henry Cavill was just living his everyday life with women just throwing themselves at him, constantly nonchalantly, to the point that he has made making a PC somehow sexy. Look up that video because for some reason women just love it. And no matter who he was with, where he was at, what was transpiring, there was someone throwing themselves at him, and the only time he wasn't trying to be sexually victimized is when he's around men who are trying to kill him or manipulate him and make him do what they want him to do. And he said it best: neutrality pisses everyone off because you're gonna get some grand speech about how you need to do this or you need to do that, but ultimately he's doing what he believes is best for Ciri. And by being that parental figure for her, and by Yennifer being the parental figure for Ciri as well, both have completed their hierarching stories from season 1 and season 2. Both for Geralt to be a parent who's always around because that was his biggest gripe with his mother because she just one day abandoned him, and ultimately for Yennefer to be a mom. That is what she gave up ultimately to have power. And then she attained power and realized, I made an egregious mistake, and now we're here. Everything in this storytelling has been masterfully done. I hope they put a beautiful cap on it so we can send off our Witcher my Witcher. I'm just going to put that out there. I know Liam Hemsworth is probably a great actor, and he will probably do a good job, and we'll still be covering him because Geek Variants covers geek content all the time. Let's talk about geek content. However, sending him off rightfully and correctly, I believe, would be what is best for this show. And right now, my hat's off to them. They did a fantastic job. I'll see you guys, if you're subscribed, in any of our next videos. We have a Star Wars video planned for you guys shortly, and I'll have a spoiler-free short review, but you've already seen the spoiler review. So leave it as is. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Brent for Geek Variants, covering all 5 episodes of The Witcher on day 1, because we Geek Variants believe in being the quickest and the most efficient with our product for you, the viewer, to discuss. Let's talk about it.